Hey, what's up, guys? It's Mason, and in this Facebook ads video, I want to break down how we got 9,262 leads for about $2.32 a pop. Now, this was a lead generation campaign for a webinar. I'm going to break down the entire funnel, all the ad creatives, how we actually set up the structure and the strategy, everything for you to actually replicate these results. So let's just jump right into it. Let's take a look at the iPad first and talk about the campaign structure. So a lot of people know that I like using this structure right here where we have the campaign right at the top. We're using a CBO, which means we're setting the campaign budget at the campaign level. So campaign budget optimization, this is exactly what we're doing. And this is what I like to do. This is what works best for me. And this is what I found works best for almost any campaign type. Within this, I like doing a broad ad set. I like doing a lookalike stacked ad set usually. And then I like doing some sort of interest ad set. So we have the interest, the lookalike stacked, and then the broad. And what we're doing is we're essentially having this main campaign and we're having all these underneath it as ad sets. And then I use a few different creatives underneath each of these individual ad sets. So pretty simple setup, nothing too fancy, too complicated. For the targeting, I'm just doing broad, I'm doing a lookalike, or I'm doing interest, and then I'm obviously doing like United States or whatever the location targeting and the age targeting and stuff, but I'm doing advantage plus audiences. I'm keeping it pretty broad, pretty open, just letting Facebook do its thing. That is what has worked really well for me. And then I let the creative do a lot of the targeting as well, a lot of the creative and copy. But let's take a look at the ad account here. You can see that we have the campaign. This is for the webinar. We did it back in 2024. And you got 9,294 website submit applications. We reached about 500,000 people. It got almost 2 million impressions. The frequency, pretty decent. And you can see the cost per result here is $2.32 per result. So amazing cost per result. We were spending high budget for lead generation or webinar campaigns at the peak of it. This was like the last couple days, but we ran it for about a month, about 30 days, and we spent $21,000 just trying to get as many people in the door as possible and ramping it up for those last few days, because a lot of people, they sign up last minute. So we want to spend a lot of our budget within that last week, with those last 7 days before the actual campaigns start. And you can see the rest of the metrics here, pretty solid. Click-through rate was just around 1%. Which is what we want. This is the link click-through rate, the real like page click-through rate, like all the post click-through rate, all that stuff is 2%. So that's pretty solid. For the landing page, you can see this is the page we were using. No matter what, free webinar by Patrick Bet-David. This was November 19th, 2024. And it's a very simple landing page. You know, we just have some copy here, register for free, they sign up. And yeah, it's very straightforward. Some information about Patrick here. And this was a real big success. We had a lot of people convert and sign up for a paid webinar that he was doing in December. So a lot of money was generated from the specific free webinar for that paid webinar. So we spent about $20,000, $21,000. And I think we generated $100,000 just in sales from this specific webinar as a call to action on the webinar, which is amazing. So really profitable when you look at it that way. And this was just an amazing webinar. You know, we could take a look at the targeting here again. We have the broad, the lookalike stacked, and the high income. The high income was the interest in this case, but we have the broad campaign. You could take a look at the statics. Very simple, great engagement, a lot of comments, a lot of shares. Take a look at the ads here, no matter what. Just a bunch of really nice creatives, you know, very simple, but really nice creatives. That's what you really need to set up. And we were leaning into like uncertainty. So it's like, if you look at the copy for this specific one, it's like navigate global uncertainty and plan your next moves with Patrick Bet-David. With everything going on in the world, economic shifts, global disruptions, it's easy to feel uncertain. And this was post-election, so all this stuff just happened. It was all fresh, and we're really just trying to capitalize on that. And you could see some creatives do better than others. This was the best performing creative by far. This one just crushed it. I think the American flag, the White House, just everything looked really, really nice inside of this ad creative. But as you can see, the setup is really simple, nothing too fancy, just nice ad creatives, decent copy, a good landing page, very direct. And that's all you need at the end of the day, guys. A lot of people, they overcomplicate these campaigns, and I tell them just simplify it, just have a good landing page, good fundamentals. That's all you need to be successful with Facebook and Instagram advertising. And this is a result of that. I feel like this is just proof that you don't need to overcomplicate your campaigns. You could really just do very basic, simple structures. If we go back to the iPad, you can see the structure here. Again, it's like we have the campaign, we have the three different ad sets with the different interest and like audiences and all that stuff, and then we had all these different ads down here. And all this stuff led to getting a bunch of signups, right? It was a good amount of signups, good conversion rate, made a bunch of money in the end because we had another offer to push. And I highly recommend doing something like that for your own business, especially if you have an audience. You could push and leverage that. You just have a lot of credibility, everything like that. There's no reason why you shouldn't be doing webinars and growing your audience further and bringing people in and trying to upsell them and other things. But that's it for this video. Hope you guys learned something. If you want me to run your webinar, run your ads, click the link down below, work with my agency, join my free Discord. If you have questions as well, I will answer all your questions about advertising inside of that Discord. And it's a great community, great group. And I love having new members in there just so we could chat and talk about ads and growing businesses and everything like that. But thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Take it easy. Peace.